guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thank you for stopping by. My name is Courtney. Today I have got a very quick and easy Easter DIY for you. This will be my last Easter DIY of 2019. This project cost me absolutely nothing to make because I did have everything I needed on hand. Most of you probably have everything you need. I did try to break down the cost, and when I was trying to add up, about how much it would cost if you had to go out and buy everything, it was like $1.87. Like nothing. It really cost nothing. I will give you a Dollar Tree version that will put you probably a little bit over $3, but still, this project's super cheap to make. It looks really great, would make a great Easter hostess gift. You can personalize it to however you like. So without further ado, let's get into this project. And I did want to say my inspiration did come from Pinterest. I simply typed in wooden bunnies and several different things popped up, and then I kind of just looked at those and then I went and did my own tweak on it. So if you want some other ideas, go to Pinterest, type that in, and you'll see a bunch of other ideas if you want to tweak yours a little bit different from how I made mine. All right, without further ado, let's get into today's tutorial and my last Easter DIY. Let's go. Okay, so for this, you're gonna need some type of wood. I just used 2x6s, and I just wanted to quickly show you. The one on the left is one that I sanded. I went ahead and did that before I brought it inside. And the one on the right has the sharp edges. So I just wanted to show you that. My square is about 5.5 by 5.5. And I'm going to use this old white Annie Sloan chalk paint, and I am only going to paint one coat on mine because I know I want it to have a distressed look. Now, you could use any board for this if you wanted to, or if you cannot find the boards or don't have scrap wood laying around, you certainly could get 3 of the wall art canvas pictures from Dollar Tree, if you know what I'm talking about, and use those. It's basically the same process, so you certainly, and they have about this size of those wall arts. So if you can't find the wood, don't worry about it. Just pick up some of those from Dollar Tree. And like I said, one coat of this paint, and then I'll be ready for the next step. And to quickly show you, this is what it looks like with one coat of paint. All right, before I show you my stencil, I just wanted to quickly show you this Dollar Tree hack. You simply take some Dollar Tree contact paper, trace your design onto it, cut it out, and then you can stick it down, and it essentially makes like a Cricut stencil. I will be using stencils that I made on my Cricut. Now, again, if you don't have a Cricut, no worries. You simply can go to Pinterest and print out an image and print it out on cardstock and trace your image on there. You can print something on a piece of paper and then again pencil the back and transfer it. So I've shown you guys all the different ways throughout my videos. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave them down below. But basically, I knew that if I put my stencil on here, it's gonna pull some of the paint off. So as soon as I was done painting my blocks, I did not stop and take a break and let them dry, because when I pull the stencil off, you'll see why. It just kind of saved me some sanding, to be honest. So I'm just gonna put my stencil down, and then I'm using some of the Rust-Oleum Serenity Blue chalked paint. And I have had a couple questions about it. Asking me, is it really blue? No, it's not really. It's more of kind of like a greenish blue. When you guys see my craft room reveal, like it's everywhere in my craft room, so you'll see it. But it's not blue, to say the least. It's pretty legit to what is on the actual can there. So for those of you asking, not blue at all in my opinion. So I'm just going to use one of my little stencil stampers. I'm going to put some paint on, stamp some off, and then making sure to do up and down motion, not a swiping motion, so that it doesn't get under my stencil. I will just stamp over my stencil with just one coat, and then I'm going to pull the stencil up. right, I'm almost done weeding this rabbit here. And for my other 2 blocks, I'm simply just going to be using a plain rabbit stencil. It's the same rabbit, it just doesn't have words in it. And I'm going to be stamping it with some of the Waverly chalk paint. It's silver lining. It's a kind of a soft gray, and I'll be doing the same process I did for the first block. The blocks are all painted, and so now I'm basically just going to hit it with my sanding block. I'm gonna hit all the edges and the corners really good, and then I'll kind of hit the sides a little bit. I really don't need to do much to the fronts of these because, as you can tell, when I pulled the stencil off, it already pulled some of the paint off for me. So I really only need to hit in a few tiny little areas on some of the blocks, but I'm gonna keep sanding it, and then I'm almost finished with this project. All right, and I felt like it needed just a little something else, so I did go ahead and put some twine bows on my rabbit. I had a little tail there for you to see in case you wanted to add a tail to these. I do kind of wish I had pushed my gray bunnies down towards the bottom so I could have wrapped the top of these 2 blocks with some twine, but I'm very happy with how this turned out. And yes, that is part of my glue gun that fell off a minute ago. It's just like a protective thing that you can put on there so that if I accidentally touch the tip of this glue gun, I don't burn my hand. So, all right guys, let's take a look at the final product. And as of now, this is where it's gonna go. It's on one of my side tables in my sitting area here, and I just really love how it turned out. I feel like it kind of softens the wooden table, and you guys might recognize that other little DIY behind it that I did a while back. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye!